Hey guys, it's Marcus Maloney, the Equity King, and I want to welcome you to today's topic. We'll be talking about some key specific things that you need to know and that you need to have. But if this is your first time here, this channel is all about real estate investing and real estate wholesaling in general. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and also take advantage of my 30 free minute consultation. Absolutely no sales pitch or anything like that. I answer all questions regarding wholesaling and real estate in general. I'm a wholesaler. I'm a real estate investor that own a portfolio of homes, and we're looking to purchase more. But enough with that. Let's go right into our topic on today. And our topic is about buyers. As a wholesaler, you definitely have to have buyers, and you definitely need to know the difference between your buyers. So one thing I want to do, I want to talk about the difference between 4 specific type of buyers that I've noticed since I've been doing it, and I'll give you some key things that you can use to identify these buyers. That way you're not wasting your time, and you know when you have a savvy buyer, you know when you have an inquisitive buyer, and you know when you have the wholesale JV buyer that's just trying to lock up your deal. And then finally, you will definitely know when you have the tire kicker. So let's roll right into it. So there are the 4 types of buyers. You have the inquisitive, the tire kicker, the savvy buyer, and the JV wholesaler. So let's start with number 1. Which is the inquisitive buyer. The inquisitive buyer is someone that is a real estate investor. They're into real estate, but they still have some questions, and they're still concerned about a few things. You have to do a lot of hand holding with these buyers. These buyers will have tons of questions for you, but be aware that these questions are valid questions that they have, because they are definitely interested in buying. You will have to spend a little bit more time with these buyers. But again, they will buy. And then finally, they are skeptical. They're not really just skeptical about the deal, but they're skeptical about you, especially if they have never purchased from you before. So be aware, the inquisitive buyer is a real buyer. They're 1, skeptical. They're 2, they have quite a few questions. 3, they are genuinely interested in purchasing the deal. So that's the first buyer, which is the inquisitive buyer. Number 2 is the tire kicker. This is the person that is on everybody's buyers list, but they don't actually buy anything. They just look at deals, look at deals, look at deals. They'll call you. They'll ask you questions about the deal. They'll even go as far as going out to the property and walking the property with you. And if you're not conscious of the tire kicker buyer, they will definitely waste your time. They will ask dumb questions. Like I had one tire kicker buyer that asked me if they can have an inspection period, on the property. Heck no. Hell no, you cannot have an inspection period. This is a wholesale deal. Once you're locked in, you're locked in. Or we take your earnest money, because earnest money is absolutely non-refundable. Okay, so that is the tire kicker buyer. You can spot these buyers again by over the phone. They'll ask you, tons of questions, but the questions are definitely different from the inquisitive buyer. Their questions, the tire kicker's questions is, well, how long do I need before I can make a decision? And another question, like I said before, is can I have an inspection period? Things like that. So beware the tire kicker. Do not waste your time on the tire kicker. All right. And then the next buyer is definitely my favorite, which is the savvy buyer. This person is a person that do plenty of deals. They're known in your market. They know who the real players are. They purchase quite a few deals, and they primarily go off numbers. They know what they want, and once they see it, they'll give you a call and they'll make an offer. Yes, they will ask to walk the property, but you know, if the numbers are pretty solid, they'll be able to purchase the property just by looking at the photos. So that savvy buyer, they go by the numbers, they make quick decisions, and they know what they want. So that is the savvy buyer. One thing about the savvy buyer is it can be challenging sometimes getting these buyers, is because they're movers and shakers. They're doing deals, they're in projects, they're doing flips. So a lot of times they don't want people to waste their time. So if you're a wholesaler and you don't have a solid deal, or you just calling them, asking them what they want, a lot of times, you know, they'll try and speed up the process and say, hey, what do you got? If you don't have anything, they'll say, hey, give me a call when you got something and I'll take a look at it, but here's my email address. All right, so that is the savvy buyer. Now, the last buyer, which you really can't consider them a buyer, but they're worse than the tire kicker, and that's the wholesale JV wannabe buyer. This is the person that's a wholesaler or wannabe wholesaler, and they're looking at other people's deals, and they'll call you and they will try and lock up the deal so they can JV the deal and pass it on to someone else. Now, one thing about these buyers, these wholesalers, is if they're up front and they say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna lock the deal up, I'm gonna try and find a buyer, but if not, I'll take it down myself. You know, that's no problem working with these people, with those type of buyers, but they still have to put up, you know, once again, the non-refundable earnest money deposit. So once they put that up, then hey, whatever you want to do, go ahead. But just know, if you don't close on the deal, you know, your earnest money is at jeopardy. That's for the people that's up front. Now, the wholesale buyers, that's the wannabe guys that want to try and lock something up, you can spot them a mile away. You know, they'll say, you know, hey, I want to take a look at the deal, how much you want for it. Again, they'll try and ask for an inspection period, but you can weed them out by letting them know, hey, earnest money is non-refundable, put up the earnest money, you can do whatever you want. A lot of times they won't even put up the earnest money. So real quick, know the wholesale buyer, you know, they'll try and haggle over the deal, they won't put up any earnest money, and they'll ask tons of questions. So again, real quick, the four type of buyers is the inquisitive buyer, is the tire kicker, the savvy buyer, and the wholesale buyer. Again, this is Marcus Maloney with equityrealestateblog.com. If you need any resources, again, you can go to equityrealestateblog.com. Down below, take advantage of my 30-minute free wholesale consultation. Again, it's no sales pitch. I try and provide you guys with quality information. Then if you need assignment contracts, assignment agreements, contracts, things like that, go to equityrealestateblog.com under the toolbox, and you'll find plenty of tools there. All right, Marcus Maloney signing off. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you like this content.